Hello and welcome along. Today we are back on Gwenddwr. We're actually on version 2 of Gwenddwr now. I have switched the map over and we've moved everything across. And what we're going to get started on today is we're going to get started on creating our yard. Now the first thing we need to do that is we're going to build it here in field 3. But I don't want all this grass to go to waste. So, we're going to do a quick silage harvest on this field. And hopefully, I'm hoping that the way I'm going to do this will allow us to both cut and silage it really quickly. Because we are only doing one field. So what we're going to do is we're going to rear mount the mowers and front mount the tedder. And this tractor should have enough power to do this. And then I'm going to put the reverse drive on. So, which I think is... No. Shift B, maybe. Let's have a look. What is... Ah, because I haven't got the tractor selected. There we go. Where are we? There we go. Round we go. Okay. So, let's have a look from the outside. Yeah. We will unfold our mowers. We will drop that mower. And, whoa. Don't want to drop the back yet. Unfold the front one. Drop that. Start her up. Start her up. And then we'll move to the rear one. Unfold that. So yeah, this should work. Let's just set up. Lower it down. And away we go. So yeah, this is a fantastic setup for this. So this is part of the reason why I grabbed this Vulture, because it makes doing this kind of job really easy. You get to, I mean, you can get into these really tight corners here like this as well, and because you've got the tedder following behind you, you miss very little. Which is fantastic, which is really, really good. And yeah, and we're going to do 2 headlands. We're going to go around twice. And then we're going to do our normal back and forth. And hopefully we can get this field, because we're doing this all at once, and because we've got a nice big cut, and because this is our smaller of our 2 fields, hopefully we'll get all of this cut and done fairly quickly. And maybe even get ourselves with our forage wagon as well. And then we're going to start planning exactly how we're going to do our yard. So we've sort of got a lower and we've got a higher area here. So I'm thinking of putting a shed sort of in this lower area here. And maybe having a roadway along the side into field 4. Although we don't actually need one, because while we've got a gate here, we also have a set up right. I need to lift my mowers. There we go. Line that up, and then we'll lift back. Bring this round. There we go. And then we're going to lower the mowers again. There we are. And then once the back is in place, to lower that, and away we go. I was a little too sharp to get the mowers and everything round, so that's why I chose to do it that way. But yeah, this is a very, very efficient way of doing this. I don't know if this is something that happens in real life. I don't know if this is a way that this setup is done in real life. You know, you have a powerful enough tractor. Can you run both of these pieces of kit at once like this? You obviously have large mowers that do this. That, you know, basically the Krone Big M, I think, is an example of this sort of result you get from it. But it's yeah. Right, so we're gonna go straight. Actually, we're gonna go straight into our up and down from here. But we'll lift up the mowers and the tedder at the end. So I'll get ready to get it lifted. So lift the mower. There we go. Pull that out to the end and the tedder. And the other advantage of doing this way, so you could mount these the other way around, but of course the obvious advantage of doing it this way is you are so much more maneuverable. We pulled that down a little bit early, but never mind. That's fine. But yeah, you're so much more maneuverable this way. You can get so much more done in one go. Lift the rear. It's weird because I've got the with drive control. I've got these assigned to the front and rear lifts to different buttons, and while I've got the reverse drive on, it doesn't reverse those. So it's a little bit weird in that I'm still lowering them the way around as I would if I was driving forwards. What I want to do is get a nice big interesting shot of this. There we go. And you can see it's just a really efficient way of doing this. And it turns absolutely on a dime. And it's just, yeah, it's long. It's a long piece of kit, and that's why I ended up bringing the equipment down here in 2 goes initially when we started the episode, because trying to get this whole setup down the road, driving the tractor backwards, which is not something we should be doing. There we go. And on the roads, and B, just trying to then get it in the gateway just would have been impossible. There goes, and away we go again. But yeah. So this is so yeah. The reason we're doing this, well, we do need to keep getting the silage together because the silage is the thing that's going to earn us more money than anything else at the moment. We will continue to do missions. We need about 40,000, I think, for a small barn. So we've got 14 at the moment. So we are going to have to go and do another mission. I think we're going to try and do. I think there's a field of sunflowers we can go and do. So I don't not this time, but I think once we've got this clear. And maybe got our basic areas down. I want to create my basic areas first before we actually go and buy our sheds. So we'll put the concrete down and things like that, and yeah, we'll get all that set up once we've got this cleared. And we're just going to keep doing fields 3 and 4, and keep getting cut, and we need to get them fertilised. I'm actually going to swap out. I'm going to sell my fertiliser and buy us a roller, because I think a roller is a much more efficient way of us doing this, and makes a lot more sense. There is a very nice mod roller on the mod hub, so we're going to be using that. Yeah, we're almost halfway through this episode and got this field cut, which is fantastic news. we will go and hook up our harvester and our trailer, and hopefully, I don't think there's more than I can't remember last time. I don't think there's much more than a trailer's worth on here, so we should be able to fairly easily get that all collected up today as well. The thing that will take us time is if we have to go and empty the trailer. So my hope is that we won't have to too much. I mean, it's great if we do have to empty the trailer a lot, don't get me wrong. And I will probably do that and cut between trips to the BGA if I do have to. But yeah, this is a vastly more efficient way of doing it than we did last time. But let me know in the comments if this is a real method. Because I'm not... Would it be? Would you do it this way? Would you be rushed enough to do it this way? That's the thing I'm wondering. Because it is a fairly... Oh, we forgot to pick up our... bit there, that's alright. Let's lift it. This last bit. Yeah, it does kind of catch it anyway. Last bit here. I'm just going to clear this up as well. Pick up our rear ones. There we go. Right, so fold that up. Some of our front mowers. Right, and we'll go and drop our mowers off then, and our tether. I need to get them out of the way of where we're going to be. So I'm just going to drop the mowers in front of the gateways here. That should still allow us access to that. Drop the mowers off as a single unit. There we go. Reverse out. And what I'll do is I'll put the tether where the trailer is at the moment. Right, so, hook up to this. Actually, we can put that where this is. Hook this up to our trailer. Right, let's reverse our seat again. There we go. Because I want to get the front weight on anyway. Switch these all around. It's quite good doing all of this in one go, I think. I quite like that. Right, where is our hook? Okay, there we go. Turn around. This up. And this is why we need more space. At the moment, we're storing a whole load of stuff at the shop. And I want to get it here. I want to get us a proper yard. And of course, all the other yards, we can't use any of the other yards on the map until we've got. I think that's the rule I said was at least 20 animals, which basically means that we've bought that area. And we've got 20 sheep. That's why we can use the sheep yard here. But as you can see, all of our equipment is bigger than any of the barns we have at the moment. We could put like our front loader in here and possibly a couple other bits. But at the moment, we're not in a position where we can put our tractor under. We have a barn we can put our tractor under. I tell a lie. Right, so. Let's see. We're going to pull over here. We're not going to get the first bit, unfortunately. Might be able to get that later. Turn it on. Pipe out. And away we go. Perfect. So now it is just a case of filling this trailer up and going into begin. 6 miles an hour is our maximum speed doing this. But there are not a lot of rows. It really does depend. I think it's going to be, I think it might be 2 trailers worth of this field. Which in itself is good, because this is a fairly large trailer. I think it's a 16 ton, maybe a 20 ton. There we go. But this works really well. As I said last time, these are both pieces of equipment from CD Models. He does some fantastic work, and this is yeah, these two just work really well together. As a result, and you can see it filling up. I mean, this is the beauty. As you can see, it targets it perfectly. Unlike because we originally had the Stewart, if you guys remember, and it just didn't work well with it at all. And I think it's because this has a shorter hitch on its trailer, and so therefore has that distance, has that ability for the arm to just sit over it and get it, and as a result works really well, and just keeps us going. So we are, well, we're 40% full after a single round around the field, so we should get the whole of the headland into this trailer, which is a fantastic start. We'll go and tip that, and then I will come back once we've done that. But for now, we'll just go with this. So our sheep are still producing wool quite nicely. Fortunately, the wool spawn point is in the same place on version 2 of the map. As it is on version 1, because that would have been a problem. The only thing we did have to do to convert from version 1 to version 2 is we've not got any cow stuff, so we had nothing down at the cow farm. What we did have is a whole load of chaff in the silage plants down at the BGA. So I had to unload all of that, put that into trailers, and then re-tip it into the silage plant, in order to get to make sure we didn't lose any of that. I can happily say that we got most of it. We had 2 trailers and filled both of them and left a very small amount. Right, this is where it gets interesting, because I need to bring this round and come in at this. Yeah, I'm going to have to come in over here. Get this little patch here and then swing ourselves around. Try and get this. I'm still loving this DB Vulture. Oh. Hasn't quite worked. That's right. There we go. So we'll get this headland out, and then yeah, we've just got the strips to get out after that. But it's yeah, this is going to make a great yard, this field, I think. We're not going to use the whole field for it. We're only going to use sort of the top end. Get somewhere in that we can put some stuff under shelter. Probably get a shelter and a barn in initially. I want to get a fuel point in as well. You know, there are lots of little bits and pieces like that that I want to get sorted and in and useful. We already have the wash point, so we can already wash our tractors and our implements. But it is just really, you know, I think there's a good space up the top here for a shelter maybe, or maybe further down, and just maybe even just make the yard initially in one corner, and place our placeable stuff down there. We're at 96%, so we are going to make it once around this field, which is fantastic. There we go, we are full. So reverse it up, turn it off. trailer off, pull it forwards, pop that off, and then we can go and tip it. So I will get the rest of this done. We will head down and tip this in the BGA now. And of course play. Yeah, it has a much smaller toe pitch than the Stuart. You can't turn quite so sharply. As a result, it does cause issues from that point of view, which on narrow lanes like this can be a bit of an issue. You know, can really cause you a problem. But I'm really pleased with how that's gone. We've managed to cut that field and get a whole load of the silage off it. I will get the silage completed so that next time we will have a nice clear field and we can start planning our barns and start planning our yard area. I want to get the yard area down next time, so we'll buy the roller and start getting that working. You can see the difference here with the yard. This is a nice big trailer, 26,000 litres. Right, and tip. We're going to have to get a nice big bucket on this vulture, or just a silage blade actually would probably do as well. How many litres have we got in here at the moment? We've got 144,000 litres in here at the moment, so that's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. But that is a perfect place for me to finish today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and I will see you next time. Goodbye.